Hey everybody, Jim Gray Wolf here. Good to see you all. Wow, what a week we are in the middle of. At least I am, and I know some of you are because I've been talking to you. I wasn't going to do any of this until maybe tomorrow, but suddenly I just got back from leading some ceremony I was asked to do, and and it just felt right to come and sit with you all and share a little bit. So here I am. I don't know how much energy I have, but we'll see. Ah, golly, where to begin? There's so much. I think first of all, yeah, I, as I said, I was doing some ceremony. I was actually doing some storytelling for some young ones earlier today. And so you see my background for tonight is a storytelling background. It just popped up. I thought, oh, that's perfect. Doing the ceremony this evening, we're leading prayers, we're doing a little drumming, um, and we were doing a little bit of journeying. And so I left on some of my diversity pieces. I left on my headband, which was made for me by a couple of grandmothers at a powwow. Oh, maybe 7 or 8 years ago now, back east. They asked me to do some things at the powwow, and they made me this, which I love. My shirt, my ceremony shirt, that was made by a Lakota grandmother for me some years back. My ex had her make it for me. And what else? Oh, medicine bag by a brother up in Colorado. It just seems like honoring those different folks and the diversity of folks going on right now is the thing to do. I'm going to break this into multiple recordings because I'm not even quite sure where they're going. But that diversity piece is really critical. For this piece, let me just say a little more about what I've done in the last few days. The No Kings rallies, which I partook in pretty heavily. First of all, online, I'm one of the admins of Standing Rock Protectors. We've been in existence since the beginning of Standing Rock, 2016, maybe 15 even, and most of us are still there. And of course, this is the sort of thing that we do pay attention to and partake in. And so, as part of that, I was asked to do a number of things. I went to several of the rallies right here. I'm near Sedona, Arizona. I went into Sedona to that one. Saw a good number of people. I bet you there was 1,500 people, more than I've ever seen at any march, rally, protest in Sedona. I went down then to Cottonwood, a little, 15 miles from there. And I would say there was 500 or 600, maybe a little more, maybe a little more than that. And then over to Verde Valley, where it was a smaller group. It's a smaller community, but there was probably 60 people anyway. And then I did not get to a couple other places like Phoenix, which had huge numbers, and Prescott Valley, where friends called me to say there was about 1,200 people. So just in this area alone, there was a lot of people out there, and we were very different. It was great. I got out and walked and stood a bit in Sedona and spoke with people because after all, that's what the heck we were there for, to connect. Why are we here? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I spoke with some people who identified themselves as strongly religious, conservative, um, evangelical, even. And we spoke a bit how, yes, we would probably disagree on a number of things, but from the it was a little family group. And the father of that group, he's like, but here today we agree. This must end. This does nothing for nobody. So I've been MAGA. I've voted for those folks. Um, but I can't do it now, not with what they're doing. That's not following my, what was the words he used? My idea of God in Christ. And so I can't do that anymore. And so we chatted a little bit and it was really good. And I'm sure he's right. And I've been running into that a lot. No, I'm sure we don't agree with many things. However, we can agree to disagree respectfully, which we did today. And we could be there for something that's important. This is global, what's going on. This is not about the US, just the US. Not at all. I've seen it developing for weeks now. I've been part of it, taking numbers, gathering numbers, pushing people around, finding out where I'm supposed to be. Um, at the moment, the number of people who showed up here in the US is 8.2 million. Now, that does not count for all the small communities. And even the large groups who are counting those numbers have said that. I don't know how many more there are, but there's a lot more. I mean, again, I saw it here, right close to me, within an hour, hour and a quarter of me, were five other little groups. And it also does not allow for the international groups which showed up. And what I'm told from what I've seen from the groups I connect with globally, there was somewhere between 3.5 and 4 million others outside of the country. This is the people saying enough, enough. I don't have to agree with you. I don't even have to accept what you do as good and kind or principled, but I can live with you without killing you, without what we've done since the beginning of time, without listening to our masters, those who snapped the whip of money. And so it was really great to see that. It was also great to see that many people here in the US, 8.2 million in the larger cities. There was not one um, really difficult event. There may have been some isolated things here and there. I haven't seen any of that either. I certainly didn't see any with the groups because all day then I was connecting around the country. Um, that is almost unbelievable. We thought that the power brokers who were saying this was a hate America event, which is absolutely ridiculous and asinine, and they, of course, they know it. They just open their mouths and lies come out. This was a love the world event. This was a love your brother and sister event. This was enough already. And for me, for years, I've been doing these things, and I've been learning, and I've walked the spiritual road. And I see and I feel greatly, and I'll share more of this in another one. We've reached the top of the mountain as far as the difficulty in getting to a place where we can come together and start to rebuild our planet in a better, peaceful, more loving way. We are there. Doesn't mean it won't be hard work, there will. Doesn't mean everyone's going to make it because some are just incapable of changing. They've shown it. That's okay. We can still love them, but we can release any acceptance of what they're doing or saying. So that was my bit on that. I'm waiting to see what comes next, what we do next. But I know it's all the light is shining bright. Love is destroying hate. Once again, love is destroying hate. We knew it would. We were taught it would for years and years. But you still doubt it a little bit. I don't doubt it anymore. Anyway, I love you all. I'll probably put up some other things shortly. You all have a great day and a great weekend. And let's keep this energy building and growing and showing. Aho.